Hey folks, it's another Saturday night in Manitoba. We have 80-kilometer-an-hour winds, and we have land over here that's both eroding from wind and portions of the same field flooded. That's the kind of spring it's been. I'm doing what I call a logical split. What I mean by that is I'm going to take the top halves of the strongest hives and move them to a new location, come back later, determine queen sorting by elimination, and then add new queens to the whichever half doesn't have the queen. I'll walk you through, I'll flip the camera around and walk you through how I do that. So when I was here the other day, I found the hives that had significant amount of brood in both boxes, marked them to be split. And then today I've come and I've put a lid by each of those, and I'm numbering them. The P stands for the location, and then they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on both the lid of the hive and a spare lid. And then I'm going to take off that top box, put it on a pallet, replace the numbered lid with the one from the same number, and then in 3 days, probably slightly more than 3 days, I'm going to go into these at one site and make a list of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a total of 30. And I will determine how many of them are going to, so some of them will have a queen because they'll have eggs, and some of them won't have eggs. And if I see eggs, then I know the corresponding numbered hive at the other site needs a queen. And so I call it the logical split. So I just make a row of pallets down the middle, pull those tops off on the pallets, and load them up with my forklift onto the truck, and away I go. So this process involves a little bit of patience, but not a lot of hunting for queens. These hives are big enough now that finding a queen is pretty tricky. I'm going to crack one open and let's see if we can see what that looks like. So hopefully I can just stand my hive tool here somehow, or my camera. That's number 3. Okay, here we are checking queens, and what we're really doing is we're checking eggs. I have a hive here. This is P20, and I'm going to determine if the queen is here. based on the presence of eggs in the hive, and I do have some right there. We can probably pick that up. You hand me the camera. We can probably get that. Sorry, I'm looking right there at the eggs. Get the light just right. There we go. So those little grains of rice, just at the end of my thumb. That's what you're looking for. This hive has been queenless or it's been separated from its pair. The bottom half of P20 is in the original bee yard. Since the queen is here, I know that bottom half needs a queen. And so I will make a record of that. And so now I'm going to write Q plus or queen positive. We'll do another one. We're done with these acid pads, by the way. There's nothing left in them at all. They're safe to handle. This one, just on first inspection, I'm guessing does not have a queen. Oh, there's eggs. I was wrong. Okay, there's eggs here too. I was looking at all these cells that are filled with nectar, thinking that they would never put it right in the middle of the frame if there was a queen. But so this one also will have to get a queen in its pair. Okay, so that's 32 that have been checked, and less a couple that we have to do. So then the next thing we do is go catch the queens. I'll be back here this afternoon to put them in. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're catching the queens for these splits we've made. These are coming out of my nukes that have been running. These are actually year-old queens. They have a pretty short shelf life in the cage, so I actually only catch them as I need them. Oh, there she is. Talk about lucky. Holy smokes, look at that. Wow, I should pretend that it happens like that all the time, but it does not. And I mark her. Put her in the cage. Cage in the holder. And
The other side you have to
which side do I take that out of? Here, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh shit.
I was tagged. That was this one. I didn't want to catch her. Well, folks, that's what I get for thinking I was smart. There you go. There you go. Well, at least she's marked now anyway.
At least you found her fast.
Yeah, yeah. At least didn't waste an hour looking for her. Okay, so this is the
No
one I
kidding.
want to catch. Now this will take an hour. We're shooting there still?
Yep.
Oh, there she is. Okay, girlie.
Should I finish? Do I pause the video?
Ready?
Do I pause?
Ah, sure, yeah. So here's another queen I'm supposed to find. These nukes have finally come ahead. They were pretty scraggly for a long time, but don't mind the look of them now. And these things are basically filled with all the brood the bees can cover. So having a bit of a queen hiatus isn't going to hurt them that much. By the time I'm going to replace the queen here with a cell, she'll hatch and be laying, 2.5 weeks from today, because you need a few days of it to be queenless. So in that time, most of this existing brood will have hatched out and will be ready for a fresh batch. For the last frame, hopefully she's on this one. There's eggs on every frame. Well, if you first don't succeed, then try again. So I'm going to push these over. Sometimes you gotta stick your nose right down in the hive and look on the walls. Let's see her there.
I think I got mine here. Do you
Oh,
want
fantastic. Let's do that. Okay.
Are you sure?
We have a guest star here today. First day out beekeeping and she's finding queens. Well done. You did that one all on your own.
I did.
You feel pretty proud about that?
I sure do.
Awesome. Okay, so we just got to find mine, and we're done.
One left.
This is the last one. Then we can have a long delayed lunch. We've been working past union time here. And then we got to get these girls in. They don't like to be more than a couple hours out of the hive. So we're going to skedaddle. Oh, yeah, I got it. Dark one.
Wait, you put it
Okay. Okay, here we are in the second site. These are the hives that are split here are the bottom halves of what were two-story colonies. I've got my log of what we found at the first site. So for instance, hive number 1 had no eggs, 2 was positive for eggs or positive for queen. It turned out most of that site, the queens were in that top box. That's not actually what I expected based on it being so hot when I split them, but it actually makes our work easier. So what we've done now is we've come along and we've labeled, we've transferred these numbers back. So for instance, P10, positive for queen at the other site, means it needs a queen here. I can just drop that queen in. I don't even open the top bar. And then P11 had no eggs at the other site. So here I'll double check, and indeed I found that it had the original queen. So I'll do a couple more. Where's my smoker go? Here it is. So here we are, P13. It's already marked on the lid as it needs a queen. I forgot the blankets. Was that a mistake?
Oh, right.
Yeah, well, we'll get them next time. So then I'm just going to drop that queen in here between the top bars. I'm not looking or nothing. Now, maybe one hive in 100 has 2 queens, and I've wasted a queen, but I'm not sweating that. I'm saving the time. Now this is 14. This waxy lid is hard to write on. You can't see it very well. But that one has no queen, right?
Yeah, that was the one I marked. That's 15.
15. Okay, very good. Yes. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Let's keep going until we find one. Where's the next one that doesn't have 19? Let's go do that one. 18, 19. Okay, so this one, we did not find eggs at the other site. So what we expect, and this is sort of a confirmation thing. We're just going to confirm that there's eggs here. It's a pretty nice looking split. I don't see eggs there, but it's partly because it's too full. Beautiful. Eggs galore. All right. So it's that simple. I call that the logical split method. It's just using logic. There's one queen. If she's in the top box that you've taken somewhere else, then she's not in the bottom. And you can save yourself a whole ton of looking just by numbering those hives before you split them. That's it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.